What a day, what a day, what a day. So, here's the downside to a zero choice mentality. And honestly, probably the reason why most people don't choose this, why most people are happy to flow along in I don't know, the status quo, the mildew of life of, just the average of repeating the same day over and over and over again, of just accepting whatever life happens to bring for you, and today is one of those days. So it is now 10 o'clock at night. I am now just sitting down to my computer to do this recording, to do work, to do the things. Because, well, multiple reasons. One, I made some poor choices. So, I didn't get to do my workout, my walk, sorry, until, 7:30? And then my son decided sleep was unacceptable in his own bed. And so here I am. And look, I don't say that for sympathy. I don't say that, to be like, woe is me. Actually, furthest thing from the truth. I say that because this is the reality of this life. Everybody wants to do the things when things are easy. But it's when things are hard that it matters. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this. I wanted to go to sleep. Like, something is going on. My gut feeling is that I picked up some sort of bug from my kids. But I'm inflamed as shit. Everything fucking hurts today. My knee, my ankle, my shoulder, my back. Every, minor injury that I sustained in my youth when I thought I was fucking Superman. Especially today, has come back to roost, and I am feeling every single one of them. And that's all right. It'll pass, such is life, but I didn't want to borrow it. Existing today. Oh, but such is life, and this is part of the journey, that we must deal with these things, that we must get up and keep going, that we must progress forward at any means necessary. And this is the battle against resistance, this call to average, that there are going to be days like this, and as I said yesterday, I'm dying for some food off menu. I would love a pizza. I'm sorry. I'll try and stop yawning. Um, or a pint of Ben and Jerry's, or you know, something like that. And so I had a bowl of strawberries today. To kind of appease that. But this is the point. This is the freedom is discipline point. That though I want those things, there is no option for it. There is no slippery slope, and I could feel that. Like, I feel that call to that slippery slope. It's like, oh, it's just one day. It's just one meal. No, that's how it starts. That's why it's all in. It's why it's committed. It's why it's 100%. Because it is so easy to just be like, oh, it's just one. That's how I ended up in this situation in the first fucking place. Oh, it's only one day, and then it's 2 days, and then it's a week, and then it's a month, and then it's 6 months, and then it's nearly a fucking year. And this is how these things spiral out of control. Whereas if you set the hard standard, if you set the example, and you're just like, no, this is my boundary. I do this, I don't do this. End of fucking story. It makes that choice much simpler. And I had all those thoughts today. I had all of them of like, who's going to know if you do your work? And even, I am really sorry about this yawning. And even then, to be honest, I feel like a bitch. Like, that walk was half-assed. Like, I gave it everything I had because I'm just so fucking knackered, but it wasn't good. It wasn't a good effort. And I know there's a good possibility I'm going to be knackered tomorrow because, as I said, it's now 10 o'clock at night. It'll probably be 11 o'clock before I get to bed, and I will have to be up at 5 a.m. Plus, my son is already in my bed with my wife. So there's a good chance that that's not going to be, a super peaceful night's sleep. but that is a part of this journey. And that's what I wanted it to be, that I wanted this to be real, that like this isn't sunshine and rainbows. And it's really easy to make commitments like this, or commitment to anything, when life is easy, when life is simple, when things are going your way, you know? And it's this old adage of like, I will I will start when, X finishes. I will start, changing my life when it gets simpler. I will, you know, when I'm not busy anymore, when I don't have this on my plate. But the problem is there will always be something next. There will always be a new thing that arises. So if you allow that to stop you, and you stop every time that comes up, that's going to be a problem. I apologize. This is not going to be my best one. That is for sure. But this is the state I am in. And at the moment, I'm sniffly, I'm congested, I'm tired, I'm sneezy, all that kind of bullshit. But the work doesn't care. Your greatness doesn't care about that. Like Tim Grover says, winning doesn't care about your excuses. All it cares about is, are you going to give it everything? And that's where I'm at. But I also know that these days, though they suck, are the days that make me into something better, that push me forward, that build that discipline muscle, that I know I can keep my word to myself, that even when I don't want to, when it's late, when I'm tired, when I'm exhausted, I will still show up and do the fucking work. And the question is, can you do the same? And I think that really is it. Like, as I said to you, I've been having this mental battle all day. I'm so tired that I was reading stories to my daughter before her nap, and I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep mid-sentence reading a story to her, and she kept jabbing me awake. Daddy, you stop talking, read. And then she needed a nap, and I probably fell asleep with her for like half an hour, kind of dozing in and out. Like, that's the level of tired I am. But it is what it is. Like, I keep coming back to this one, and it's my duty, my honor, and my privilege to chase this greatness. And it is my privilege. I know I'm blessed beyond all measure. I know I've been gifted with skills and talents. I've been blessed with this life, that I have the capacity to spend this much time with my family, with my wife, that my wife doesn't have to work. I am being blessed, yes, by a lot of my effort, but just blessed in general, and I appreciate that. And I will not squander these gifts that I have been given to just settle for them, to settle for this. Though this is magnificent, I know I am called for something greater. I know I am called for something more than this. So I have to show up. And, I'm reading this book at the moment, Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield. And if you haven't read Stephen Pressfield's series on this, dude, they are magnificent. The War of Art, Do the Work, Turning Pro. I cannot recommend them highly enough. But it talks about this, that, you'll reach definitive cycles in this journey when you are doing the work and you are turning pro. And resistance will, rear its ugly head and be like, hey, you know what? You're not good enough for this. You know what you should do? You should just take some time off. You should go rest. You should take some downtime. And that's how it gets you. And I refuse to go back to that. As I said, I had reached the pinnacle, and then I let it slip because of life. And I don't want to be that way anymore. In fact, I've just decided that, this next cycle, this next 4-week cycle is going to be ramping it up again, because though I am committed to the work and I've been doing the work, I'm not seeing the dividends of that. So it's time to go harder. It's time to go harder into that. And look, I've been doing this a very long time. Yes, I know the ability of sleep and recovery and all that kind of stuff. And I will prioritize that as much as I can. But I am also a father. I am also a business owner. I have responsibilities. And that time will come and I will do the things that are necessary within that. But on the flip side, I'd rather build the mental muscle. Maybe my training and stuff isn't perfect right now. Maybe it could be a bit better. But I'd rather develop that muscle. That means I know I can go to war with myself. I can go to war with anything and come out a winner than be like, oh, I need a little bit more sleep, because that's what I was doing anyway. I was trying to, bang in as much sleep as possible, and I still wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't feeling better, and I wasn't feeling more rejuvenated, and I still was, fat, overweight, and not making the impact or the money that I wanted. So might as well try something different and push forward and see what I can accomplish this way. Because, yeah, sleep is all well and good, and it is important. And I know this for a fact, but sometimes life doesn't let you do that. So you gotta work within what you have. And at the moment, what I have is the capacity to do more work. What I have is a limited amount of time to do said work. And unfortunately, something's got to give, and that's probably going to be a bit of sleep for a while, because it's not going to be my time with my family. It is not going to be the work that pushes me to the next level. It is not going to be that me chasing my greatness. So therefore, all that is left is sleep. And I don't say that to be like one of these guys of like, you don't know, you don't need sleep. Like, sleep is overrated. Just, you should be grinding. No, it's not about grinding for the sake of grinding. It's about, working and hustling to break where you're at. This concept of you need more rest, you should give yourself more rest. Most people have never worked hard enough in their life to warrant the amount of rest that we allocate to ourselves. And I suddenly know I've been there. Last 12, 18 months, I've been all about, you should be kind to yourself. Just take a bit of rest. Watch a bit of TV. Kick back. You work too hard. Bull fucking shit. It's time to work harder. It's time to find the way to do it. And, look, I know I'm on here talking a big talk, but part of this is just talking to myself. Like, I need to do better, to be better, to lead by example, to inspire my family, to be the inspiration for my kids, to lead my community, to leave a lasting fucking impact with this. And, they talk about it in that book that, when the muse calls to you, you just have to do it. And my muse has called to me. It is spoken to me that this right here, Chasing Greatness, 126 to Greatness, the greatness world, this is what I'm meant to do with my life. It has been calling me for a decade, more than a decade, and I've kind of stepped out and I've heard a little bit of whisperings, and I tried a little bit, but I just dipped my toe in. I didn't commit. I am here now, and I am committed. I am all in. I am going to figure this out one way or another. And there is no questions in my mind about it. I have unwavering confidence. By the time that I finish my first cycle of 126 to Greatness, that I will have figured this out, that I will work out how to leverage this, that this is my life, because this is my calling. This is what I'm meant to do. This is authentically me. And the power of authenticity, being authentic, I don't know, is ridiculous. So I made that announcement that, this will be my last year working in this gym, right? I made that announcement and said that within 24 hours, a person who owed me nearly $1,500, I'd written that money off, came to me and was like, oh, by the way, I'm in a good financial position. I would love to fix you up for the money I owe you. I was like, sweet. Had all these wins just fall into place. And whether you believe it or not, but I truly believe that the vibration of authenticity is like no other. And they've done studies on this, and Gary Brecker talks about this. And, when you are truly, authentically you show up differently. You arrive at the game differently. Like, everything in life responds to you differently. And I think this is part of what this journey is for. It's for me to honestly step into who I authentically am. That this is me. To live my life as I know I should, as the person I know I am. So I'm here to do that. And I'm here to document that journey as I go. And as I said, this isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are some days that this sucks, you know. It's, as I said, it's 10 o'clock at night. So fucking what's that? I got up at 5 a.m. this morning. It'll probably be 11 p.m. before I get to go to sleep. But that's the life at the moment. And I thought, you know, I'd settled into this life of comfort. But it wasn't me. You know, I thought I was done with those massive days. And to be honest, if I didn't love my children so much, and I was happy to, as many people have pointed out to me, you know, just worked through the day, I wouldn't have to do this. But I have the opportunity and the blessing to spend many, many hours with my children every single day. Why on God's green earth would I not do that? Why would I lower myself to only seeing my kids on the weekend? And I keep being told, oh, there's plenty of parents who do that. Yeah, there are. And they're doing the best they can. But I can do better. I am doing better. My kids are going to have their present father. They are going to grow up going that Daddy was there. Daddy was there to witness everything. He was there to play with us, to love us, to cuddle us, to put us to bed at night. Why the fuck would I go back to the ability to just see them on weekends? We've seen what that looks like, you know? And if that's the best you can do, I commend you, because parenthood is fucking hard. But if you do that out of choice to not spend time with your children, I do not understand that. I would move heaven and earth to spend as much time with my kids as humanly possible. It's why I'm doing this. It's why I've declared that this will be my last year running this gym, because I don't want to miss out on those things. I don't want to have to choose between the ability to make money by trading time for money versus spending time with my kids. So I will grind into the wee hours of the morning to find a way that I don't have to do that shit anymore. This life has given me so much and has provided me with so much, but I have the confidence in here that I can pull this off, that I can build better, that I would willingly blow up this business for the chance for something greater, because I know that when I am committed, that when I go all in, that is what is happening. And that's the kind of thing that I want to inspire in you. All I can do is lead by example. All I can do is speak to you where I was and currently am, but I know that I am getting out of this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping that I can speak to men like me who have been here, who have realized that they are called to more, that they need to do more to fulfill that hole in their heart, in their soul, that they have to do more. And it starts in the gym, and it starts in keeping your word, and it starts by building this out by unrelenting commitment, zero choice discipline. You know, discipline equals freedom, because it is your duty, honor, and privilege to chase greatness. When you do this, the whole world is different. Your life is different. How you show up and impact is different. So I'm talking to you. I'm talking to me for the last 18 months. I'm talking to me before I had these revelations as a wake-up call. I'm talking to me, but I'm talking to you. That you are meant for more. You are capable of more. And literally the only thing that is stopping you is that first decision. That first decision to chase your greatness. You can fucking do that. You know, all it takes is commitment, a choice to say fuck you to average, to turn down what societal norms, you know, what it deems to be acceptable, and then to be remarkable, to chase your own greatness and to pave that path to see what is possible. When you do this, in here is filled with pride and joy. I am tired, I am exhausted, but I am fired up, and I know that when I lay my head to rest tonight, I will do so feeling proud of the man I am becoming. I am not there yet, not by any stretch of the imagination. I am nowhere near where I know I should be, but I'm getting there. Day by day, I'm doing the work, and day by day, I get prouder. Day by day, I build that mental discipline muscle. And I know soon, much sooner than anyone realizes, I will be there. And I will stand strong in that confidence, and I will lead from the front. Because this is who I needed to be. It's who I needed when I was in this situation, and there was no one there to turn to. So now I will be that person. I've taken inspiration from many, but there was no one who truly lived this life that I needed, who was a father, who was an entrepreneur, who was going through that struggle. So I led myself, and now I want to be the person who leads you, who inspires you, who encourages you to do the work. So that's all I have for you today. And I hope this has inspired you. I hope this leads you to reevaluate what matters most to you and to commit to those things, to give that zero choice mentality a go. To once you have decided that you're doing something, that is the end of the story. There is zero chance that you will not get this done. It doesn't matter what that looks like. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You will get it done. Because that's how you sculpt the man that you should be. Design that character to you so that when you look at the man in the mirror, you can be damn proud of who is looking back at you. So I know that's what I'm aiming for. And to build the strength and the armor along the way to fight the next war after that, because resistance will not stop. There will be more resistance and more and more. And that's okay, because that's the battle towards your greatness. So I hope you enjoyed today's late night episode, and hopefully tomorrow's one will come to you at a more reasonable time. But until then, just keep chasing your greatness. Keep doing the things. Show up. Do the work. Because the work doesn't give a shit about your excuses. So, until then.